Greetings, family. Welcome to Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic. In the last video, I had a whole lot of energy around me. I don't know if you all are able to see it in this video. I changed my lighting because I'm testing to see what's really going on. But you all check out the last video where I talk about cloud reading. And this video, we're going to talk about animism. I wanted to talk about it because I briefly mentioned it in the last video. And it is also the idea of being able to see energy and everything. I want to give you all a formal definition of what it means. So I'm going to tell you a little more about that. So hang on for a second. Animism is the belief that objects, places, and creatures all possess a distinct spiritual essence. It perceives all things, animals, plants, rocks, rivers, weather systems, human handiwork, and in some cases, words, as animated and alive. Animism encompasses the beliefs that all material phenomena have agency, that there exists no categorical distinction between the spiritual and the physical world, and that soul, spirit, or sentence exists not only in humans, but also in other animals, plants, rocks, and geographic features such as mountains and rivers, and other entities of the natural environment. Now, y'all know that's deep. I love it. I love it because it's so true. And the fact of the matter is, I am able to see these things. And so I want to share something with you that I brought home from the beach. So I'm going to grab it. All right, family. So here's one item. And you all are probably like, what is this? But this is a rock, right? But, for me, I see a face. So let me show you what I see. I see eyes, 1, 2. I see a nose here. Then I'm going to flip this so you can see it the other way. Now, this way, you can see eyes, 1, 2, and then a mouth here, right? And then if I turn it this way, we got the eyes and a mouth. And y'all are probably like, it's just a rock, Andrea, but it really isn't. See, you all think of a face to look like ours, right? Eyebrows and eyes and nose and mouth. But if you think about it in the sense of energy, which is constantly moving, you're getting a glimpse of that. Now, this one was really deep because I saw like 5 faces in this one. Do y'all see that? Act like you don't. Look at that. I see eyes and I see a mouth and the nose is here. Now, I can do a couple of things with this one because this one was deep to me. Look at that one. Look at that. See eyes in the mouth? And we just looking at it like rocks, right? Now look at this one. Here we go again. That same one. And then if I turn it this way, we got something else going on. We got eyes. We got a mouth here. It's deep. It's really deep. And it just tells you, look at that one. Look at this. All the things that we take for granted and all of this stuff is right around us. Okay, so this one had a lot going on. And this was on my path, walking down the beach. See that? You could even see, if you look right here, I'm going to really blow your mind now. Look at this one. Do you see an eye? Do you see a nose and a mouth? Look at that. And this stuff is around us all the time and we don't pay attention to it. So for me, the first time that I started to notice this, I was walking past this area of the beach, or I walked down to the beach, and the trees had started to come alive for me. As y'all know, I paint, I do a lot of work with trees, with words. Check out the videos. I'll link them to this one as well. And I don't think I have anything with the trees right now next to me, but I'll have to show that to y'all next time. So I was walking on the beach and I always walk past this little area where I feel like someone's watching me. So I was like, hold up. I stopped and I turned and looked over my left shoulder, and sure enough, there was this huge root sticking out the wall. I got to show y'all this picture. So we are talking about nasty roots. That's what I call it. So I look over my shoulder, I see this root on the wall, and I'm like, hold up. That looks like a man, right? And so here it is. So I did it. I'm going to show it to you in color because the wall that I walked past actually looks like someone drilled through a hill or a mountain. So the clay is very red. So I did my version of that picture, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to hold this here so you all can get a good eye on that. So it's the surface where the trees are, and then the tree is here. And then the roots of that tree form something that looks like this. Now, y'all tell me how the roots look like that. It literally looks like a man with a long trunk nose with long arms. One arm is long, one is short. He has like almost kind of twisted horns coming out of his head. He has his legs crossed and an erect penis, an erect curved penis. Do y'all see that? And this is what I call nasty roots because he's just kind of exposed with his legs crossed, like what's good. So this was my perception of nasty roots. This is how I sketched him. This is what I recalled seeing this picture. And I just realized something. I got to show y'all the other one I did. So this was the colored one. And I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I didn't get it in the kind of detail when I went back. So I decided to do it like without color, and I did it bigger. And this is what it looks like. So this is Nasty Roots. And you all can see what he looks like. He literally is a root growing underground. And then that made me think once again how real animism is. Like there is a whole world, a whole community, a whole collective subterranean. You know, we say as above, so below. So if we think that where we live in this dimension is a reflection of what is above, then don't we think that this realm that we're in here also has an underworld to it that isn't necessarily evil, but it is different. It is dark, it is moist, it is colorful, it is rich in energy. And so that is what I see, and I'm able to see this being on this spiritual journey. I was walking on a beach today, and there were all these seashells that had washed up. And out of all those seashells, there was this one black rock. And I'm like, I've learned to pay attention. So I'm like, why would one black rock just be there, just waiting? So I picked up the rock. I want to show y'all the rock. When I picked it up, it was jet black. So this is what it looks like, jet black. Jet black, but now it's dry, so it just looks like a very dark gray, like a piece of slate. But we know that where I am, Gambia is mined for the black sand, so I believe this is a piece of that black earth. So I picked up the rock. I picked up the rock. I actually kind of see a face here now. Look at that. Do y'all see it? Like eyes on both sides, and a nose, and then a mouth. Because I didn't put water here. I put water here. Look at that. Yeah, it's real, y'all. So, you know, people are not paying attention, but it's here. Here's another one. Look at that. On the edges, like this was separated from something bigger. Look at that one. You see something in there? So it's deep. It's heavy. And I'm owning it. I'm not acting like these things are not real. We thought when we were playing with rocks and stuff when we were little that we was making stuff up, but we was playing with the energy that was already around us. You know, the energy that is within these things. We're playing with other living things. So this is what animism is. I hope that I offered a good explanation. I want to just mention a few more things to make sure I'm clear. When I first discovered animism, that is when I think I mentioned to you all that I was seeing auras. It started with auras. I'll link the video. It all started with auras, and I was seeing these green kind of bubbles, if you will, or orbs over the trees. And I was like, what is this? Like, is my vision tripping? Like, what is happening? And I would see these green orbs over the trees, and that would happen for a while. And then I started to see the green orbs around people. And I said, okay, maybe this is for living things. But then the colors started to be different. I started seeing purple on certain people, and I see green on the plants. I'd see green around birds, animals, and then I started seeing different colors. So I realized that reading auras was going to be a part of my abilities. Then I remember hearing a reading that said, every time you see rocks, think of it as bones. And I thought that was so creepy. I was like, why would I want to think of bones, right? But then I realized that what is a building? But a building is a combination of people's energy, right? People have touched these stones. Their energy goes into building that structure. And when that structure is destroyed or reconstructed or whatever, renovated, that energy still exists. So it's the bones of a building. Duh, right? So one day I'm walking down a hill, and after discovering nasty roots, I look down and there's a huge rock from this building that they're reconstructing next to where I live at. They're renovating it. And the rock looked like a face looking up at me. I'm like, stop. I thought it was just nasty roots, right? I thought it was just this dude staring at me. But now it's not just, nasty roots here. It's also this piece of huge cement from this building that now I'm seeing a face in it. And I turn to the wall and I see this wall that has been chipped away, and I can see faces in the wall where the brick has been chipped away. And I'm like, wow, there is really energy in everything. It's so beautiful and it's so amazing. And I just wanted to share it with you all to let you know, don't be afraid, embrace it, and understand what you are seeing. In case anyone's wondering, my artwork that I do, I call it scribing, right? I'm also doing a lot of eco art now with recycled plastic. So you all will see that on the channel as well. And again, that's all the ancestors leading me to use my spirit and pick these things up. And I will talk more about that. But tonight I wanted to come on because it's been a while. It's been a while, and I was feeling the energy, and I was like, I want to share this with you all. So in this particular writing, I'm talking about everything that has to do with subterranean life. I'm talking about everything that has to do with plant life, what it takes to thrive, what it takes to grow. All of that is what's in the writing. So you're being educated about plant life, all the different terms, um, what happens in the growth process before it even becomes a tree, how deep the roots go, all the different names for the underworld, subterranean world that we walk above every day. And like I said, as above, so below. So I hope this was helpful. This video was a little longer than usual, but I think these things really require hypotheticals and examples that you all will relate to. So this discussion is on animism. Thank you for joining me on Spirit Knocks for Brooklyn Mosaic, and I will see you in the next one.